little bro. Let me feel my...
Today, from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's Week 16 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Take the Lincoln Tunnel through Weehawken, through Secaucus, across the Hackensack River, and you'll arrive, as we have, at MetLife Stadium at East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today, we've got an AFC East matchup between the New England Patriots and the New York Jets.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The USC product, Sam Darnold, the number 3 overall pick in 2018, ready to go. Here's the Jets take over on offense.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
On first down, it's Darnold. That's complete to Lazard. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
2nd and 6 at the 31-yard line.
To throw again on second down. Darnold. Short throw to Smith. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there. First down.
42-yard line.
Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Ball carrier.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. With the snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Darnold completes it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Le'Veon Bell. That's good.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47.
47-yard line.
Darnold from the gun. Well, it's caught on the right side at Smith. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 6. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Le'Veon Bell, the ball carrier.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
A 4-yard.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, it was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance. Partner doesn't seem like it, but that's a tough spot for a kicker. First drive of the game, and they're calling on him. He should be warmed up. He should be into the game, but sometimes it's almost like, oh, what, now already? Can't they put it in the end zone? What's going on here?
Yeah, he's probably saying if he can't get it in the end zone, can you give me a 30, 40-yarder? Good. A long one, and he can't connect. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 17 carries, 108 for the yardage, and the score, too. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
He's the number 2 runner in the league, and you just know the offensive line wants to get him to number 1 because most of the good ball carriers, they take care of their linemen. Could be a gold watch in their future if he becomes a leading rusher.
It's caught. Jones. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
Complete to Julio Jones.
And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Noah Fant, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Pats have taken the early lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. But, partner, I'm going to make a quick pivot here and ask you to play general manager. It's well documented they're last in the league in offense, number 32. What changes might they make?
And this where you have to be almost like a chess master as a general manager, because you have a few things at your disposal that you need to use. Obviously the draft, free agency, maybe you can make some trades, but also look at your practice squad. Have you been grooming players to promote and give them an opportunity to play as well? That way you start to supplement as well as replace guys that need it.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Darnold. A screen to Bell. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
That's good for a Jets.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
This a 2nd and 7 from the 37.
7-yard line.
They'll run it with Bell. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. 16 yards, a first down.
It's funny, partner. Le'Veon Bell, when he came out of Michigan State, when I go back and look at my analysis of him and what my grades were for him, thought he was a big-time player, great potential, but I didn't know we were going to get this player. I was used to a big, solid, thick running back. But now, I've got a full package, a guy who can do everything, as we just saw there, including breaking tackles.
But at the time, 2nd-round pick in 2013, some people probably wishing they'd taken him in the first. Darnold throwing complete to Crowder, and he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
Jamison Crowder.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Bell. They can't. Le'Veon Bell. Kiss him goodbye. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Le'Veon Bell. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this thing up. So they went to the ground game on 3rd, hoping to pick up the first. They also picked up a touchdown.
Offensive linemen so used in this situation to having to pass block. All right, you're looking at what it is, 3rd down. They don't care that it's 3rd and whatever. They figure they're going to throw the ball. And when you call a running play, I think you energize them. They can juice them up because I haven't met offensive linemen yet that likes to pass block more than they like to run block. And they opened up some nice holes there for him, and he took it to the house.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. A nice run there on first down as Henry uses his size to plow forward. Call it a pickup of 7. Another good carry there for the NFL's second leading rusher, and we've talked on air, off air about his MVP candidacy. Make a case for him.
Well, I'm just going to tell you point blank, it doesn't matter whether he's first or second or even third in the league in rushing yardage. That's not the main deal. It's how he gets those yards and the impact he has on his ball club.
A gain of 9 yards. First down, New England. That's the end of the first quarter, with the score tied 7-7.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. That catch good for only a couple. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
22 yards.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
13 yards. And the Patriot first down.
They go play action here on first down. Sliding out of the pocket. He's going to take off with it. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. From the 17, here's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 17-yard line.
Rolling to his right. He's going to take off with it. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
Out to his left. Henry's got it out on the left side. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he is in. Touchdown, New England. Derrick Henry with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Patriots have taken the lead.
Tucker lining up.
He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was, and when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And we put our focus now on Le'Veon Bell. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat, make sure he touches it a few times, but as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up? A run by Bell on first down, going to go nowhere as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Brought down behind the line.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes.
Sacked by Adam Butler. And
they just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games. You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop.
At their 120.
Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, Not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, trying to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup.
On play action, they'll throw. Steps away to his left. That's caught by Waller out left side. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Caught on the right side by Jones.
The pass.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 25-yard line. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
Patriots.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Oh, why are we doing this? In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
The pass.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
A gain of 8 yards. And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And the Jets defense making things difficult there. 4th down.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7.
Jets 7.
So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. On 1st down, Darnold looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. There he goes left side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Patriot defense has a touchdown.
Justin Tucker.
So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
And New York set to take the field. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards on the play as they try to eat into this 17-point deficit. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Bell. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. And this one is right through. And that will close the gap down to 14. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll throw now on the final play. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So we have come an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3.
Jets 10.
This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 7 yards there and a first down. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
Patriots first down.
Derrick Henry. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Derrick Henry. His 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And Le'Veon Bell making his way back out onto the field now. And the numbers for him pretty solid, really. He's run it well. He's caught it pretty well, but they're still far behind the 8 ball on the scoreboard.
Not able to use his talents, as you noted, to narrow the gap in the scoreboard. Sometimes it's a bend but don't break, right? He gets his yardage, that's cool, but it's not paying off on the scoreboard. They're not getting the points necessary. And if you're a defensive team, you'll give up that yardage for the kind of lead they have.
That's what I was going to ask you. Sometimes you say, let this guy do his thing. Let's control what we can control elsewhere.
Yeah, exactly. Take away the rest of the guys. Don't let them hurt you as well. But the biggest one is they contained him well enough that they've been able to increase their lead.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's fourth down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked out and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to him. 11 yards and a first down.
A gain of 11.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Now it's Henry. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop.
No gain on
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
13-yard line.
Being chased out left. And now he's going to use his legs. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
It's a gain of 23.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Looking deep for Julio. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he'll go out of bounds finally at the 7.
1st and goal.
That catch, by the way, number 940 in his career, so he's 60 away from a grand, but 940, that ties him with Art Monk.
And I think it's fitting that he tied.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5.
Intercepted.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
On 2nd and 9, Darnold. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
Darnold.
And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line.
Gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. And that's caught by Smith. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down.
For a Jets.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Here's a first down throw that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Out of bounds at the 30.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
Now Bell. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Over the middle, complete. That's Bell. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Give them 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45.
Start offense.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
Darnold complete to Crowder. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Out of bounds at his own 48-yard line.
2nd down and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage.
And now you have to wonder, partner, at what point in time do they forget the running game? It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more.
On 2nd and 11 now. Darnold, he's got the hook up to Lazard. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Now Darnold. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now as he's on to kick it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
The ball carrier.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 30.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Flushed. And a big loss here as he's taken down. He is proving his worth defensively. Getting the sack here, that comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week, continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down. And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. Crowder now to return. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. So we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC as the Jets come back out on offense. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
I'm impressed,
Yeah, I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games? Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadrupled. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
The Jets on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. Here it's 3rd and 2. Back to throw, Darnold. And that is incomplete.
Darnold. Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll run it with Bell. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. Le'Veon Bell stops short of the line to gain. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
Forced out to his left. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down.
They'll run with Henry. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
It's a gain of 3.
So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10.
A 20th carry down for Derrick Henry. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
The tackle made at the...
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got...
And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Julio Jones. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Patriots add on to their lead. They seemingly just continue to score at will. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Pierre Desir. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Called it to 26.
Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
Now left side on the swing pass. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They're going for Lazard, but this is intercepted.
Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he will score. Touchdown, Patriots. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
Taking it about the 1. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. The throw over the middle, taken in, and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. Darnold from the gun. Crowder's got it over the middle. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Looking to throw again on second down. Darnold. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's third down. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up fourth down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
And this one is right down the middle. And that will knock this down to still a very large 29-point deficit. On the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time.
And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the fourth.
They'll try and choose some clock with Henry. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves, you're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about running them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Henry. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock for Julio Jones. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll run forward with Pollard, and he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. The left side completion to Jones. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
Today's final
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking.